All right, so I have two whistles. This one is a Kerry Pro Low F. I've been interested in trying the Kerry Pros for a long time. They are Phil Hardy's handmade line that take their design cues from the Overton style. Colin Goldie and Phil Hardy both studied under Bernard Overton, I think in the early 90s. There there was some conflict, and Phil Hardy went off in his own direction. He is focused much more on factory production, and so his Carry Pro line has been kind of, I think, more of a as he you know has time for it, or whatever. Whereas Colin Goldie took, was the authorized bearer of the Overton design. For a while, there were Overton whistles made by Colin Goldie, and eventually Goldie changed the name to Goldie whistles, and he's refined the design, about as far as someone can, and I think it shows. There's a little bit of, he's pushed the limits of the design, because that has been his focus. So I was a little bit surprised at how similarly they played. Um, I was kind of expecting, based on some of the other chieftain whistles that I've played, that the it would be like a Goldie, but it would be a more free blowing, more open, lower back pressure kind of experience, and they're actually pretty similar. This one, you can tell it's a little worse for the wear. There's a dent. Looks like it got dropped on the edge, but I don't think it affects the playing. As far as all the mechanics and the mechanical geometry and stuff, it seems like it's about, everything is the way it should be. Just some scratches from heavy use. And then the Goldie, this is one I bought 2012 or 2013. I bought my low D and F set, and then later I ordered the hard blowing A, which again I wish I'd gone a soft blowing A or a medium blower A, but oh well, that's, preferences change over time. So let me show you the Goldie first. So there's the Goldie, really, really nicely balanced, strong bottom end, which is something that I've consistently noticed about the Goldie. It's not the strongest bottom end on the whistles, not like, we're not talking the Burke strength, but it feels very balanced and even, as you go up. There's a little more push required at the top, but it's just a very, like, utilitarian whistle. And I think when Colin sold me the F and D set, he said they were very good. He perceived them to be very good all rounders, just like a good general purpose whistle will do anything you need it to do, um, like no quirks. So here's the Kerry Pro. So what I notice about these is this one, the bottom end isn't quite as strong. The overall tone seems as like it's a little quieter. But overall, I expected these to play a lot more differently than they do. This one really does, like I said, a softer, less punchy sound is what I noticed from it. Um, but I almost feel like it could be within the realm of the variation of the Goldie whistles themselves. Um, Again, I think that my perception, especially when I first picked these up, was that the Goldie design is a little bit more refined. Uh, and but again, there's, if I had a blind test on this, it feels like there's some places I can't push it quite as hard, but I probably wouldn't be able to tell you that it wasn't a Goldie. So very close on the design. This is the Goldie. And lean in a little bit more. Versus the Kerry Pro. Versus the Goldie. So the Kerry almost seems maybe a little nicer in the second octave, which again, you're dealing with the balance. Usually if you cheat a little bit more towards bottom end strength, it gets a little harsher at the top. So I could imagine a Goldie, like a soft blower Goldie, would be a little bit nicer, easier to access in the second octave. Um, but again, very comparable. So. The Kerry Pro. So I can hear a softness in the Kerry Pro that I don't think is quite. There's a little bit more bite to the tone in the Goldie versus the Goldie. Kerry Pro again. So there you go. Again, very similar playing. We're talking subtle flavors, tonal flavors, differences in here. So I did want to go ahead and record this because I feel like I'm going to probably list the Kerry Pro for sale now that I've satisfied my curiosity, and I just purchased a couple of carbony flutes. So I'm starting to think about clearing out some of my collection as I focus on my Copeland project. And again, the carbony whistles, I was looking for a small one to it's one that fits a little bit better into my backpack for flute practice. And then I wanted an E flat, and I've wanted an E flat for a while, and the only E flat that I've had, low E flat, has been a Doug Tipple, which is a little harder for me to play. So at this point, I should have a nice collection of carbony flutes for any fluting occasion that I need. So anyway, hope that was interesting.